Mom and Dad, I wanted to make a video because today is National Coming Out Day, and I was gonna call, but I know that when we talk on the phone, we always end up getting sidetracked. I wanted to make sure I said everything that I had planned to say. So, first and foremost, thank you. I came out of the closet when I was 16, and that's younger than most people I know. Um, and I think the reason that I could do that, I think I like to think a lot that it's because I'm brave. It's just like my own self awareness or my own bravery, but I know that a big part of why I was able to do that is because you both are the people that you are. I came out in 2006, which is crazy. Um, and I think that we can all three agree that the world was very different then in terms of its perspective on sexuality and gender. I mean, I don't think gender was even really part of the conversation then, but you know, growing up in Indiana, it was Indiana in 2006 was not a super gay friendly place. It wasn't always easy in high school being one of the only people that was out of the closet. But the reason that I was able to do it is because it wasn't me versus them, it was us versus them. And I had parents that helped me understand that the people who were mistreating me because of my sexuality, their hatred was a defect within them. It wasn't a defect within myself. And I think that, you know, when that gets misassigned is when LGBTQ plus people start to doubt their worth and start to feel hopeless and a lot of times take their own life. Because of your acceptance, I have been able to reach out to gay, lesbian, trans people for the past 10 years who needed encouragement or just assurance that, you know, on the other side of coming out, there are better things to come. Mom, I came out to you first, and I couldn't have asked for a better reaction, although tearful. It was absolute acceptance. There's no doubt that you were scared, and so was I, because it was new to me too. But you raised us in such a way that we saw people as they were. We saw people as people, and we assigned equal value to them because of you. And, you know, in regards to gender, sexuality, race, so much of my, you know, perspective in that regard is a product of the way that I was brought up. So I have you to thank for that. I remember a couple years ago coming home from London for Christmas, and Mom, you didn't tell me that we were going to a different church, or you told me we were going to a different church, but you didn't tell me the details. And we sat down for Christmas Eve service, and we were one of the first to arrive. And then as we were sitting there, I saw, you know, families that were two dads and their little girl all dressed up together, all coming in and sitting down together and just being a normal family on Christmas Eve, going to church. And I realized that everyone that we were sitting with, or most people we were sitting with, were part of the LGBTQ community. I lost it because it's one thing to know that that's a possibility for me, to have a husband and to have a family, and it's a totally separate and way more emotional thing to see it, and to see it so often in one place like our church. I'll never forget that moment. So thank you so much for that amazing surprise. It means a lot to me that you work with that church the way that you do, and I just think that you are an inspiring person, and it means a lot. And Dad, I know that it wasn't easy for you, but I so appreciate where we are now, and the way that you have grown to accept not just me, but, you know, everyone at our church, and I mean, everyone that we know in general, but especially for me, you know, you meeting my boyfriends and, you know, either shaking their hand or giving them a hug, but just recognizing and respecting and acknowledging and validating all of those things when I was a teenager. I mean, I got really lucky. I know a lot of people who don't have that situation, and I was lucky enough to have parents like that. I could bring somebody home that I loved and say, "This is who I love. Let's all hang out and have dinner," and there's no problem. And I know that for a lot of the world, that's not an option. So thank you. The Trevor Project has always been a big deal to me, and a few years ago, I gathered some stories about bullying and asked those people to tell me not only how they were bullied, but now that they've moved past that or overcome that, how has that affected their journey, and how has it, you know, shaped who they are. I donated those stories to the Trevor Project because I want people to know that, you know, while bullying is bad, and while the adversity that you might face, you know, from being different is obviously horrible and shouldn't happen, that we always have the choice to be empowered by those experiences, and to get stronger because of them. And I know that I did, so I'm really grateful for them. But more than anything, I'm really grateful for your support. I love you guys so much, and wanted to thank you for being the people that you are, and helping me become the person that I am today. It's due in large part to your open-mindedness and your unconditional love, and that's all I want to offer other people now. So thank you. I love you, and I will see you soon. Happy Coming Out Day.